A boy walks into Death's house and refuses 3 wishes. That's not a movie pitch. It's one of the oldest, sharpest lessons humanity left for us, buried in the Katha Upanishad. If your life feels noisy, if your choices feel heavy, if fear keeps tapping your shoulder at 3 a.m., stay with me, because this story isn't about afterlife. It's about now, about you, about the one decision that can make you unshakable when life hits hard. The boy's name is Nachiketa. He's young, too young you'd think to argue with death. His father, a respected man, is performing a grand sacrifice. Cows are being gifted away as charity. But the boy notices something no one else wants to say out loud. These cows are old, unproductive, a show of generosity without the substance. Nachiketa doesn't snark or gossip. He asks a simple question, again and again. Father, to whom will you give me? He's basically saying, if you're giving away what's of no use, I too must go. His father, irritated, blurts out in anger, I give you to death. Most of us would run, hide, negotiate, complain. The boy walks. This first step matters. Courage doesn't always look like roaring speeches. Sometimes it looks like a quiet step into the unknown because something inside you refuses to live crooked. He goes to the house of Yama, Death himself. Yama isn't home. The boy waits. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. No food, no comfort, no guarantees. Just resolve. When Death arrives, he's impressed by the boy's patience and purity. Ask for 3 boons, he says. 3 wishes. Anything.
Most of us, right there, would sell our soul for quick relief. Nachiketa doesn't. His first wish is simple and clean. Let my father's anger cool. Let him welcome me with love when I return. Not power, not wealth, reconciliation, clarity. We forget how wise that is. Because if your closest bonds are poisoned, even freedom feels like a prison. Death grants it.
The second wish is curious. Teach me the fire by which one reaches heaven. It's not fire like we think. This is a symbolic science of living, a discipline that burns the untrue and aligns a life with what is noble and steady. Yama doesn't just wave a wand. He teaches. He names the steps. He gives the boy knowledge that must be remembered, rebuilt, practiced. And the boy does. He repeats it back. There's something here for us. Wisdom isn't a vibe. It's a structure. You don't drift into it. You earn it by attention. Then comes the third wish, the real one. No small talk.
Some say the person exists after death, others say not. Teach me the truth.
Ask for anything else. Long life, riches, horses, music, beautiful companions, endless kingdoms. I will give you all of it.
And the boy says no, not in a dramatic way, just steady. All these are fleeting. They take the strength from the senses. Keep your chariots, keep your songs. I want what doesn't die. This is the turning point. The Upanishads call it the choice between Preyas and Shreyas, the pleasant and the good. Most days, most of us choose Preyas by default. The sugar hit, the dopamine loop, the performative spiritual toy, the path of least resistance. It works for about 5 minutes. Then you need more and more. Shreyas is different. It's quieter. It doesn't flatter you. It asks for depth, not drama. It doesn't promise a shiny mood. It offers something harder and better. A spine. Death looks at the boy and sees the rarest thing in the world, someone who won't be bought by noise, and so he opens the door. He says, "The wise choose Shreyas, the unwise choose Preyas." He speaks in images you can feel with your hands. The body is a chariot. The self is the rider. The intellect is the charioteer. The mind is the reins. The senses are the horses. The sense objects are the roads. If the reins are slack and the horses are wild, the chariot crashes. If the intellect holds steady, if the mind obeys, if the senses are trained, the rider reaches home. It's not moralizing, it's mechanics. You can feel the truth in your own nervous system. When your senses are in charge, they drag you. When your insight leads, life steadies. Yama goes deeper. He says what we spend our whole lives trying not to hear. The self, the one who truly sees, is not born and does not die. It is not wounded by weapons, not burned by fire, not wet by water, not withered by wind. It is smaller than the smallest, greater than the greatest, sitting in the cave of the heart, beyond the reach of fear. This isn't a motivational slogan. It's the exact antidote to our deepest panic, the sense that everything we love will be taken, and that I will be taken with it. Listen to what's being offered here. It's not a promise that your body won't age. It's not a guarantee that your plans will always succeed. It's not even the fantasy that spirituality means you become untouchable. It's a map for how to be fully human without drowning in what passes. The one who suffers is not a mistake. The one who watches is not a luxury. When the reins and charioteer serve the rider, when mind and intellect obey the self, the journey becomes sane. Arise, awake, find the wise, and learn, the Upanishad whispers. Not because you need to join a club, but because the road is subtle and easy to forget. The text compares this path to a razor's edge, sharp, narrow, demanding precision. Not cruelty, precision. So what does this look like for you, right now, in a life full of emails, bills, bruised hearts, dopamine traps, and the quiet fear of not being enough? It starts with the first boon: clean the nearest field. If there's someone you love and you're estranged because of pride, reach out. If you've been living a half-truth in your house, tell one honest sentence. When we're at war at home, all other victories feel counterfeit. Nachiketa didn't ask for glory. He asked for reconciliation. Wisdom begins where resentment ends. Then the second boon: rebuild your fire. Not a mystical ritual. Your daily discipline. The fire that lifts you is built from small, precise sticks. Waking when you said you would. 5 minutes of breath observation even when the mind is loud. 1 page of the book that feeds you instead of an hour of scroll. Choosing food that gives you energy tomorrow, not just pleasure now. Moving your body even when you don't feel like a hero. This is not about puritanical perfection. It's about not outsourcing your center to moods. Heaven isn't out there. It's the steadiness that grows when you keep small promises to your own soul. And the third boon: hold the real question. When fear visits, and it will, don't anesthetize it instantly with noise. Ask what the boy asked. What in me is actually afraid? Is it my image? My plans? My body? My story? Then ask a bolder one. What is watching this fear? Even as the heart races, there is something that knows heart racing. Even as thoughts predict disaster, there is something that notices thoughts predicting disaster. Don't turn that into a concept. Feel it. The witness is not a role you play. It's what's left when you stop performing. You will be tempted. Yama's catalog is modern now. Buy this, be that, go viral, hack your morning, fix your face, Replace your heart. None of that is evil. It's just not unbreakable. When you feel the pull, say what the boy said without drama. These are fleeting. I want what doesn't die. That sentence alone can change your day. If you want something to practice today, make it small and brave. Choose one micro-pleasant you normally reach for on autopilot. Maybe doom scrolling before bed. Maybe the extra sugary hit at 4 p.m. Maybe a dig at someone to feel superior for 5 seconds. Replace it with a micro-good. Text a genuine thanks. Drink water and breathe for 60 seconds. Write down one fear and sit with it for a minute without fixing it. That's it. This isn't about becoming an ascetic. It's about proving to your own nervous system that you're the rider, not a horse with no reins. And when life hits hard, and it will, remember the chariot. Steady the horses. Take care of the senses. Sleep, sunlight, movement. Real food, less stimulation. Short, quiet pauses scattered through the day. Take the reins. Train your attention. 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there. Feel your breath in the belly. Name sensations instead of stories. Let the charioteer lead. Ask better questions. What is the next right thing? What is mine to do in the next hour? What am I trying to control that isn't mine? Then honor the rider. Even if your voice shakes, act in alignment with the good you recognized. This is Shreyas in motion. None of this makes you a stone. You'll still feel. You'll still grieve. You'll still want. The difference is, you won't be owned by any of it. The Upanishad doesn't raise superheroes. It raises honest humans who can stand in the fire without lying to themselves. And what about death? The one question that started all this. The text doesn't give you a religion to join. It gives you a place to stand. The self is not killed when the body falls, because it was never born with it. You don't have to believe this blindly. Test it in the smallest lab there is, your own awareness. Right now, close your eyes for a moment and notice. Thoughts come and go, but the knowing of them stays. Sensations rise and fade, but the knowing of them stays. Emotions surge and settle, but the knowing of them stays. If the I you've been protecting is just this stream of changing content, of course you're terrified. If the I you actually are is the knowing itself, your fear begins to loosen its teeth. Arise, awake, not forever, just for the next breath, the next decision, the next conversation where you would normally hide or attack. Be like the boy. Ask the real question and don't trade it for toys. Be like death, who, when he sees integrity, opens his hands and teaches. Be like the charioteer, steady. Be like the rider, clear. Be like the self, silent. If you want a ritual, make it this. Once a day, choose the good over the pleasant on purpose. Once a day, build your fire with one small disciplined act. Once a day, sit for 60 seconds and ask, what is watching? That's it. Not glamorous, not Instagrammable, but it will give you a backbone when life's weather changes. There's a line hidden in this story that I wish someone had told me earlier. The path is razor sharp, not to punish you, but to give you traction. Vague paths make you slip. Clear ones let you walk. So here's your clear step. Name one brave choice you've been avoiding. One phone call, one boundary, one apology, one honest no, one applied for job, one health appointment, one hard conversation with yourself. Write it down. Do it within the next 24 hours. No drama, no speech about your new life. Just a step. That's how wisdom moves when it's real. Quietly, precisely, today. A boy walked into death's house and refused 3 wishes. He came back not as a ghost, not as a saint floating above life, but as a human who knew where to stand when storms came. You can do the same. You don't need a new identity. You need a better choice. Repeated. The pleasant will keep calling. Smile at it. Choose the good. Build your fire. Ask the real question. And when fear knocks, let the one who watches open the door. If this met you where you are, carry it into the next hour of your life. The practice isn't somewhere far away. It's right here, in the way you answer the next temptation, the way you hold the next fear, the way you make the next small, honest move. This is the Thought Alchemist.